All right. What's up, Habs fans, hockey fans, near and far? A brand new episode of the Curfew Boys podcast. Myself, Sammy, with Zuki Baby, Alex.
Hey
Zucchero.
now.
Hey,
It's been a while.
now. It's been a while, actually. It feels like it's been a while since at least the last episode. I know you and I have been MIA, at least within the last week or two. Last episode had Anthony, Chris, and Joey. Now it's you
I
and
wouldn't
I.
have been too productive had I been on the last show. I'll just leave it at that.
You and your suit, because you and your football NFL Super Bowl knowledge is not quite there, right? It's okay. I don't blame you. They're the two.
It's as if I'm not from North America. Fuck.
Anthony and Joey are probably the two NFL experts within the Curfew Boys. That
Anthony won't like this, but I think it's Joey, the one. I'm kidding. He's
awesome.
He seems to be getting all the shit right.
That's awesome. Well, look, if for listeners out there, if you've been listening to us since the very beginning, thanks for tuning in to a brand new one. If you are a new listener, thanks for tuning in as well. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube page. It is free. Tell your friends about us at the end of this episode if you like what you see and hear. Our episodes are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, any podcast platform, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You can follow us there. And we're going to get this show started. Zook, before we get into Montreal Canadiens talk, like we just finished saying how Joey's the NFL expert, and then there's Anthony that's in there too. And then the rest of us, it's like we don't really care as much.
We're just innocent bystanders.
You are a diehard fan of Formula One and Ferrari.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I haven't asked you this on an episode, but here it goes. Lewis Hamilton with Ferrari. What are your thoughts, man?
Okay.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Had you asked me that question probably 3 years ago, maybe, or 4 years ago, I would have been pissed.
You would have been pissed.
Look, I'm not saying that Hamilton doesn't deserve his accolades and all that kind of stuff. You know, he is the GOAT, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
If you're talking about stats, okay.
Okay.
However, you know, look, he always said, and I should have known this before. He always said, or he sort of foreshadowed, basically, a long time ago too. He's like, his dream was to compete in, and not only compete, but win in all the three major car companies. So he won in McLaren, which is a historical team. He won in Mercedes, which is also a historical team. The only team he hasn't won with
is Ferrari.
Right? So if he does win with Ferrari,
he's going to go down in history.
He's 100%. He's going to be like at the same level of like Michael Jordan in terms of what they are to the sport.
Okay, let's say he doesn't win with Ferrari. Would you put him on like the Mount Rushmore of Formula One right now as we speak?
Yeah, well, dude, he's a 7 world-time champion, right?
Yeah, it's insane.
Like,
that's
there's
insane.
not many. There's not many, and I don't think even Max Verstappen, who has right now, he's been winning in the last 2 years. Like, I don't even think he's going to come close to 7. It's just the way it is. Even hockey, sports in general, it's changing in a way where it moves a lot faster. So you're going to have a lot less. Like Tom Brady's, if you will, right? Who won a long time. But it doesn't mean funny. It doesn't mean that younger kids are not as good. They're probably better technically or talent-wise, but it's just the way society is. We don't have the attention span as previous. So kids get bored. They retire young. Dude, it's true. Kids, not kids, but like athletes are retiring a lot younger now. Like they win 2-3 years. Like, okay, fuck that. Let's do marketing. Let's sell products. Let's go on social media. They don't want to win 7 times and kill their backs, kill their knees, or risk their health.
Yeah.
Well, just the way it is.
You notice the retiring at a bit of a younger age in the NHL, especially.
Well, for sure.
I think football's always been there. I'm not quite certain.
Contact
but like
sports.
Look
at baseball. They're fucking pot bellies, dude. And yet, they play for 40 years.
They're fucking but these guys are fucking strong though. Like
100% they're strong.
But like strong, athletic
it's
guys.
It's a low impact sport, right? So they could
I get it. But so And to conclude the Formula One talk, would you say that Lewis Hamilton is the Tom Brady of Formula One?
At the moment, absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
He,
Well, because I mean, they
he
both
has
have
longevity.
7. So
Look, he's blessed with longevity. You know, they say sometimes longevity is a curse.
depends who you ask, I guess,
in
this
certain
world.
aspects, of course. But
Okay.
in his case, look, I think he's still young enough. Look, he's 39 years old. He does not look 39. In terms of
No,
his
he
fitness,
doesn't. Wow, my God.
he's probably
Even
as
I'm
fit
surprised.
as the 22-year-olds who are in F1 right now. He's, if not more. He's a fucking beast.
Oh,
And
he is.
and I'm going to say this now, so that in fast forward, because I think it's going to happen as well too. Max Verstappen, if he ever becomes a Ferrari driver, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be a tifoso. I'm not going to go for. I just can't. That's one driver who he's like a
Doesn't cut it
repellent.
for you.
No,
Okay.
it doesn't work. It's just his character. It's just the way it is. You know what?
So he's not. So he's
even Hamilton, when he was with Mercedes, he never was a sore winner. He was a clean fighter with Vettel when he was in Ferrari. They fought nice. It was clean fights. He was always very respectful towards the Italians. I can't say the same with Max Verstappen.
So he doesn't bring that Ferrari winning culture, like kind of like the way fans are worried that Zegras won't bring that winning culture to the Canadiens.
You could say that. Yes, that's very transferable. Oh, yeah.
Would you compare?
Yeah, it's just the way it is. Like there's a certain culture for certain teams, right? Like the Italians is very passionate, respectful. It's all about racing and all that. If you put a person in there that's against that, why it wouldn't make sense. That's all I'm saying.
That's pretty cool. I look forward to the Drive to Survive new season coming out.
That's going to be interesting. Cool. I just saw the trailer this morning, actually, but it looks pretty good.
I'm looking forward to that. I don't remember what happened last season, but
they'll show what happened last season.
Oh, I'm sure.
And it's going to trail into the next season.
The season after that. That's gonna be the one with Hamilton with Ferrari. That's gonna be cool. So, hey, speaking of, before we get to the Canadiens, I heard Netflix is doing a documentary on the final season of the Montreal Expos before they got out of here. Yeah,
that's great.
That is great.
I did not know that. That's fucking great.
And if it's a successful documentary, great ratings and all that, they better fucking do one about the Montreal Canadiens. I don't care. I don't know when, how, which season. The Canadiens and the NHL, there needs to be some kind of documentary somewhere. We're being biased.
Say it again, Sammy. The NHL is one of the worst marketing fucking organizations I've ever seen in my life.
They are. Your daughter in the background seems to agree with you. So.
She agrees. It's bedtime.
Oh my God! Yeah, I hear you. Okay, well let's actually finally get started. Look. Last episode, like we said, Anthony, Chris, and Joey, they had a bit of a rough weekend to kind of analyze and discuss. Besides the Super Bowl, Canadians coming off back-to-back losses, Super Bowl weekends against the Stars, and then that terrible loss against the Blues. You knew that the Canadians were not going to go for a third loss, especially coming up against the Anaheim Ducks. And boy, did they respond. Like, I think the win against the Ducks. Your daughter agrees. I think the win against the Anaheim Ducks. I'm not gonna go as far as say it was the best game, because it's against the Ducks. They're right. Bottom feeders, but it was the most complete game by the team
in every facet. So the special teams.
Yeah.
Was fantastic.
Yeah.
Power play, PK.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goaltending.
Primo's first career shutout was perfect. He was obviously perfect.
And clutch players. And the clutch players showed up.
Dude.
What more do you want?
What more do I want? Now I want to know what the second line is going to be. Okay. It's official. The Montreal Canadiens have a first line. The Montreal Canadiens have an official first line in their team. And that consists of none other than Uri Slafkovsky, center. Oh my God. Uri Slafkovsky with centerman Nick Suzuki and Cole Caufield. They were unreal. But most specifically, that game, Slafkovsky and Suzuki were just putting on a clinic. Pure clinic they were putting on.
I would say they've been the most consistent actually since before Christmas.
Since February. The month of February.
I felt them ramping up like mid-December, say early January, maybe.
What? So when Slafkovsky first got on that first line, or the top line, I should say, he was showing signs. It was November, December. To the best of our memory, if we're making a mistake, please correct us. Take part in this conversation, folks. Get in the conversation. Leave some comments. But there were signs that something's brewing here. Something looks good. And then I think with injuries, and then Slav got off the line. They were trying to make Josh Anderson. They're trying to spark him. We'll talk about Josh Anderson later because fucking poor guy. And also, side note, while we're talking about these past games, the Canadiens now are live against the Buffalo Sabres, still tied at 0 with 8.5 minutes left in the first period. So we saw shades of there's something good here. Then I think after not after the All-Star break, but after the All-Star break, just Suzuki and Slaf just decided to
they're connected.
Let's fucking they're insanely connected. Mm-hmm. It's insane. It's insane the connection they have. And dude, I think we all remember how Habs fans were like, "Oh my god, Caufield, Suzuki." Now it's not that anybody's forgotten about Cole Caufield, but it's Slaf and Nick right now.
What did Joey say recently in the chat? Is no one's talking about Caufield. I don't know if that's a bad thing actually, because
that's not true.
I don't think it's a bad thing. No, I know it's
not true.
But I mean, remember last year, everyone was saying, Caufield and Nick, they're the fucking dynamic duo. Now it's Nick and fucking Slaf. Hashtag jizz.
Yeah, but you know what the thing is? Let's talk about Caufield for a second. You know what the thing is?
And it's not that he's playing bad, though. I'm just saying.
No, you know what he's becoming? He's becoming a better hockey player than a better goal scorer. Oh, speaking of goals, here. We have a goal. I think it looks like Arber Xhekaj scored another one. Is it back-to-back games?
Second straight. Was that his first back-to-back?
It looks like Xhekaj scored this one. All right. Way to go. Okay. 1-0 Montreal against the Sabres with 7 minutes, 19 seconds left. Looks like Xhekaj, a Xhekaj goal here. Here, let's look at Joshua Roy with the puck. Wow, good recovery. Oh my God.
That's another kid.
Another clapper.
His mind is incredible. What a man.
He's still young, and he's going to be an NHLer next year. I'm telling you now. What a clapper by Xhekaj, though. Wow. What a shot.
He's got a shot.
He's got a great shot. Well, he's a big, strong kid. Back to Caufield. He's becoming a better hockey player than a better goal scorer.
I think it's a Marty thing. He's probably having him work on a certain aspect of his game instead of just goal scoring and maybe
two-way game. Marty wants Caufield to become a better hockey player than just be a good goal. He wants him to be a great hockey player and not just a great goal scorer. He said it. He said it a couple of weeks ago. He's like, if you want some goals, you need elite hockey. I'd rather have elite hockey players than elite goal scorers. Somewhere along the lines. Cole is becoming that. I'm not saying he's at the elite level yet, but he's
not far.
His two-way game is a lot better than when he started. When Cole Caufield started with the Habs, he was a very good goal scorer. You saw he could be a very good goal scorer, but there were holes in his games defensively and within his own zone. Now it's completely different. It's completely different.
You notice a lot of the goals recently that Cole's not scoring, but his line it's a lot of his stick being in the right areas where it blocks certain passes going out of the zone, and then it stays in the zone and boom, gets it. He's a big body. He passes it to Nick, boom, goal.
Causing turnovers. Things like that. Exactly that. That's that. There's many.
He's just not at that fucking corner. He could go and just score. He's always on that side. If you notice, the Cole side, right? He's always in that corner. So when he scores, he does that. But he's not only there now. He's not only one-dimensional anymore. So that's a good thing.
No,
that in the playoffs. Whenever we're knocking at the playoffs door, it's in a few more years. That's going to be vital to have players like that, especially in your first line, where you're playing against the top players in the other team. You want to have that characteristic, something that the Leafs
1,000%
that the Leafs don't have, and you see the difference. When the Leafs
I
come
couldn't agree
crunch
with you
time, they
more.
don't have that fucking aesthetic within their game, and that's why they're not champions, and that's why they're never going to be champions.
I just think again with
They're
the
just
Leafs,
elite goal scorers.
It comes down to that well, because the game becomes rougher in the playoffs. It's not about finesse anymore. There's still shades of finesse when you see guys like McDavid and
people like Dano come out.
Well, defense wins championships. That's
or
all
Mia,
I'm saying.
he's a fucking playoff guy too. That guy.
I'm just saying. But don't you think the Habs also drafted Slafkovsky because of what his body can do when come playoff time?
Yeah, of course.
Like
it's a rare specimen, dude. He's a unicorn,
dude. And he's only 19.
He's a teenager, dude.
He's still a teenager, and he broke. I love that he broke the record for most point streaks for a teenager. 7-game point streak.
Fantastic. Good for him.
It's awesome. And imagine, dude, he beat guys like Stéphane Deschamps and oddly enough, Doug Wickenheiser, who was the last first overall pick before Uri Slafkovsky. And then he got it at 8 games. He's at an 8-game point streak now. What was it? It was against Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at the game against Washington. If he would have scored that last shot of the game, but got blocked by John Carlson, he had an open net, but John Carlson was at the right place at the right time. If that puck would have gone in, I'm telling you, and I'm telling everybody, all our listeners and viewers, the Bell Center ceiling rooftop would have fucking exploded. The whole roof would have been on fucking St. Catherine Street, René Lévesque, pieces everywhere.
I felt so bad, man. After I saw his face, I'm like, fuck, he was so frustrated. He's like,
he slammed his stick.
Looked up.
He was so pissed. Dude, he slammed his fucking stick on the glass. He was so pissed. And I love that. That's that fiery winning attitude at that young age, at 19.
It's going to be a lot to say, like, especially coming from the weekend where they retired his jersey, but I think he's going to be our Jaromir Jagr. I'm not saying he's going to have the stats like him, but Jesus Christ, dude, the way he plays. I know he is.
Jagr's praising him, man. Jagr's praised him.
I know.
Yeah, it's like dude. I first of all, I loved what the Penguins did for Jaromir Jagr. That was fantastic. Dude, he's the fucking greatest. I'm sorry, Jagr's the GOAT.
Top 5 of all time history, dude.
When he's there saying that my hot girlfriend was too young to remember me playing with the Penguins, dude,
and he looks so good too. He still looks because he could score 10 goals in the NHL.
What a legend! He's a fucking beauty. To me, what sealed the deal. This was remember a couple years ago when there was a picture that went viral of like this young girl, like good looking, this young chick in bed, like she's giving the peace sign, and there's Jagr just like passed out.
Amazing.
And apparently, look, I forgot how the story goes exactly word for word, but I think she was gonna blackmail him. I don't know if she was like, give me this much money or give me something, do something, or else I'm gonna post this. And he's like, fucking post it. I don't give a shit. She posted it, and fuck, man, he got praised 100%. As like the Lord from everybody. Dude, and this girl just got like ripped to shreds for wanting to blackmail him. He's like, I don't
on all fronts, dude.
Fucking legend. He's like,
and he's a good character. He's not cocky. He was never like a disrespectful type of. No, he is. No, but in his own right. But he was never like that Patrick Roy style of, like arrogant type of player. He was never like that. Or like Jeremy Roenick, like he was never like that. Jeremy Roenick was he was
a shit.
He got behind his skin, dude.
Yeah, but that was just a way to get you off your game.
Era of hockey. That's true.
No, you know Jaromir Jagr is? He's the Zlatan Ibrahimovic of hockey.
Yes, there you go.
Dude, yes, like he's
coolest fucking guy in the world.
I remember one last thing about Jagr that we'll get back to Slafkovsky. I think it was a hockey night in Canada, like during the commercials. I forgot which team was playing. It was obviously Saturday night. they were asking different players who their favorite player was growing up. So they asked, like, I think they asked Carey Price. He's like, I think Patrick Roy. They ask another guy, Sidney Crosby, Patrice Bergeron. Then it comes to Jaromir Jagr. He's like, hi, I'm Jaromir Jagr. My favorite player growing up, Jaromir Jagr.
I would have said something like that.
Jaromir Jagr,
Fucking genius.
Fucking greatest.
He is. Really
I love him. He's such a fucking
But
beauty.
he has the talent and the charisma. He has all that.
He's still gold, man.
He could dude. He could probably still score 10 goals in the NHL this day. Like
probably, I think so.
I still think so, dude.
There's a
More
theory
than
why
Gallagher. Joe's gonna like that.
Probably. There's still a theory. I think a lot of people have a theory why he's still playing, but anyways, we won't get into that.
I'll say one theory of mine. He's a gambler. He lost a lot of money. He has to make up.
Oh, he. Well, some
not make up, but he has to.
There's conspiracy theories. Yeah, there's conspiracy theories that he might owe money to the KGB. I don't know
the Russian mob. Yeah, I read something like that.
And that's why he went and played in Russia for a bit too. But anyways, all that to say is Jaromir Jagr, he's the GOAT. I love him. Absolutely. But yes, dude. But Slafkovsky, man, 12 points in 8 games, 12 goals.
Do you remember Marty? What he said, dude? He's like, if
there's going to be some dips. Yeah,
exactly. But if he works on the right things in his game, and once they gel and they translate on the ice, the points are going to start coming in, and that's what we're starting to see now. So Marty was right. He wasn't just shitting himself.
1,000%. Marty was. You're totally right about Marty.
And notice his game now, Slap. And you remember, I think it was you that mentioned it like early on, not even this season, maybe the last season before his injury. You were like. He looks as if he's like a couple steps behind the game.
And he was.
He was. But even at the beginning of this season, I found, okay, granted, he wasn't as bad as last year. However, a month and a half in the season, or maybe 2 months in, you could really see his confidence level. And then his positioning came into play. And then, wow, all of a sudden, he's not, okay, it's not as if he's skating faster.
You know
but he's
what
in the right positions, which means he doesn't have to skate harder.
You know what I wonder? Had he have not gotten injured, if he didn't have that season-ending injury,
I think he would have started stronger this year.
So exactly that. Like, so the way he started, he didn't start strong, but he started better. Like, I'm wondering if like the way he played within the month of October, November, which was better but wasn't great. I wonder if he would have ended last season playing that way, and then having those reps. If he would have played the full season or like close to 60, 70 games, if he would have done that, I wonder how he would have looked like at the start of this very season. I think he would have been actually better. And then, and imagine if he did.
With the training he had in the summer.
Exactly. And then imagine the way he's been playing since January, February. He probably could have started playing that in the month of November, December. So it just goes to show that, look, first of all, look, again, he's only 19. Like, he hasn't even scratched the surface yet.
No, he hasn't.
Like, Slafkovsky's finally here, but he's not here yet, if you know what I mean. He dude,
his ceiling is incredibly high, man. Like, I don't even know.
What's he going to look like at the age of 23?
I don't know.
What's he going to look like at the age of 23, 24, 25?
And that's when we're going to be within the window to make the playoffs.
Dude, hopefully by then, that's in what? That's in 6 years.
Yeah, we'll be in our...
That's in 5-6 years.
Cole and Nick are going to be in their prime. You're going to have Dach. You're going to have...
Oh, my God.
Whoever we get more, because I think we're going to get another...
Dach.
What I think that's going to happen, Sammy, is we have a lot of first-round picks, right? So I think... Kent's going to try to, use one of those and maybe like a Harris type of player to get a really top end goal scorer.
Who's back in the lineup after getting hit? We all thought he had that.
Thank God. He had a concussion, right? Was it confirmed the concussion or? They never really said it. Eh? They just said upper body. Maybe it wasn't a concussion. They just rattled.
But it was clearly a concussion for sure.
Well, dude, he didn't get up. Remember, he fell. I was like, okay.
He doesn't remember much about it either. So that's clearly.
Well, you remember he tried to get up on his own and he couldn't. So that's a sign.
So
that's like, okay, something's not there. But I think some trade's gonna happen where we're gonna get maybe sooner or later. I think Anthony was saying it last time. He's like, Kent Hughes likes to do that accelerated thing where if there's an available player that's still young but could help advance the process, he's going to do it.
Well,
and I don't mind that.
It's going to be another Kirby Dach type of trade. And the thing is, it's...
Or a Zegras.
Well, the Canadiens are inquiring about him. Apparently 5 teams reached out to the Ducks inquiring, and the Canadiens are one of them. It's going to come at a cost, though. There's going to be a king ransom 100%. And they should. The Ducks should. Like he's
this guy's a potential 40 goal scorer, dude. Like,
yeah, exactly. And I understand Habs fans being very optimistic, and well, it's pretty much split. I think 50% of fans really want Zegras because of his skill level, and his connection with Caufield.
And I would not do it. I wouldn't do it because
no. You don't touch. Well, I do.
Harris probably won't be enough. You know what I mean? But he is NHL. He's an NHL player.
They're gonna ask for a lot because you can't ask for minimum for a player like Zegras. Like they're and rightfully so. They're gonna ask for the king ransom, and like I would too. Like, and Habs fans were all there like, oh my god, Monahan better fetch us a first round pick and a prospect. It's like, dude, like,
would you trade know what I mean? 2 first round picks for Zegras? 2. So, like, let's say the Monahan one, because it's not going to be.
Yes, I mean,
and
sure. Well, again,
2025
and 2025. I don't know, man. It's again. They gotta know.
They're gonna ask for somebody like that.
They gotta know. They gotta know where they're picking. They gotta know where they're picking in the draft, and if the player they projected to go at that number,
it's tough.
It's not worth it. It's not
fucking trade if it happens. It's gonna be tough.
But maybe it's not Zegras. Maybe it's somebody else. Maybe it's like Ken Johnson.
I love Newhook.
I like Newhook too. Like
I like that player. Like that's a good character player.
He's not a centerman. He's not a centerman on this team. Put him on the wing. He's gonna be comfortable. It's fast.
How old is he now? 23?
He's like 20. Him too, he's 22. He's 22, 23. He's still young.
Okay, so he can still develop, man.
Dude,
but he's not a second round centerman. I mean, he's not a second line centerman.
No, he's not. He's not. No, that goes to Kirby Dach, and did you see him starting to skate and shoot pucks?
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing, but it's a set, dude. I can't help but wonder what this fucking...
he's coming back this season. Like,
there's no chance. There's no chance.
He doesn't have that Pacioretty healingness.
He doesn't have the Wolverine healing powers. Can you imagine? I can't help but wonder what this team would look like with Dach as their second line center.
We would be okay. I'm gonna say we would have been closer to like the Red Wings in terms of like standings. I'm saying because they're in the wild card slot right now. I think we would have been not too far from them, dude. Had we had a solid first and second line with healthy Dach and of course Nick Suzuki and everyone else, and Newhook too. He's part of it too. He was injured now, so I don't know, man. I'm scared for Dach because it's almost 2 years of like development that's totally gone. Like, fuck.
Because of his injuries?
Think about it. Yeah, because of his injuries. It's not that he was playing bad. Look, he played 2 games, and he had 4 points in 2 games. Like, he was on pace. He was killing it. So, I really hope he comes back strong and, like, doesn't get injured for a good few years.
Well, he spoke. He finally spoke to the media, and he said that his healing timeline is on point. It's not going to affect his training. It's not going to affect his skating ability and all that. But did you hear what else he said? So you talk about how you're worried about his development, and I get what you're saying. I
know where you're coming.
You know exactly where I'm coming, boy.
Yeah, I know what you're coming.
Fucking dirty minded. We talk about development. It's not just on ice. A lot of it has to do with yes, but if you heard what he said. He goes, the coaching staff allowed me to participate in video segments,
Fucking Marty, dude, man.
strategy.
Like, fuck.
Unbelievable.
Man, oh man.
That's another sign of leadership that like
Fucking great.
you know about those qualities, and you know that Marty has them, but then when you actually hear them, it's like, yeah, you know what? I'm not surprised. But yet again, it's fucking amazing. Like, we're amazed to hear that. They're bringing in Kirby Dach, whose season is done, and they're not only letting him just sit around and just sit there, listen, shut up. It's like, no, it's like, Kirby, what do you think? Kirby, tell us your thoughts. Kirby, where do you think we can improve? What do you think is good here? Yeah. They're letting Kirby Dach give feedback in terms of strategy or sessions, how to do this, how to do that.
Which is fucking genius, because once he's healthy enough to come in, he's going to slot in and already be in the loop of things. He'll less of an adjustment. Apart from his, his timing, which is only normal. Like, at first, your timing is,
but
you break into it. But like mentally, dude, he's gonna know exactly where the team is or where the team stands, and
but also
what the team has to do to be successful.
But what does that also tell you about Kirby Dach?
Oh, dude, he's a fucking. To me, I've always said it. He's a fantastic leadership type of player. Like,
but like. So at one point in time, people questioned his work ethic, his reputation in Chicago.
Really? I've never heard that. Oh, really? Okay. I never
heard
that.
Here and there. Then again, those could be weird. Dude.
Yeah.
A 22-year-old who's getting up at like 6, 7 in the morning to go to the rink every day. You're injured. You're not skating. You want to see the guys, but like, dude, to go there almost every day and just to be part of coaching sessions off the ice, if that's not determination of being better and knowing that, listen, the improvements are not going to come from the ice right now because I'm injured for the rest of the season. Well, then what do? You develop your brain and make it muscle memory at one point from like that when you do get back on the ice.
Yeah,
it's so awesome. This is like,
but it's also
we've never had this before.
Coaching thing though, it's
totally.
It's a psychological thing too that Marty's probably wanting to put onto Dach, because psychologically now he has a player who unfortunately wants to play but can't. So normally with like regular coaching and like not regular coaching, but like back in the day, players would stand, watch in the stands, and be all depressed and take their fucking antidepressants and their painkillers and all that shit.
Yeah.
But that's what they used to do back in the day, right?
It's
now
true too. They didn't go.
You have
a
player who's engaged mentally, where the coach is allowing this to happen and be part of the fucking process.
The process. Yeah.
Which means like it's as if this. So picture an employee that really loves their job and goes in at 5 a.m. when they're not supposed to, but they're there and they're willing to do it. And they're just engaged, and it builds the whole fucking organization because of that. Changes the vibe.
That makes me think.
So players see that, dude. Players will see the way Dach is, where he's
that makes me think.
Input, and that makes everybody fucking gel and all that kind of stuff.
Do you know what that makes me think of? And I'm not making comparisons here, but how many times in stories did you hear that a player like Guy Lafleur was like an hour and a half, 2 hours before game time in the dressing room, already dressed up to his skates? And
yes.
You know what I mean?
Engagement, man.
It's
right.
And again, I'm not I'm not saying Kirby Dach is Guy Lafleur, but the mentality of being ready mentally and being engaged, like you just said.
There's nothing better than a person that loves to be where they are.
Dude, perfect. Being obsessed. Being obsessed with what you're doing and the sport you're playing. I couldn't agree more.
It's contagious,
Sammy. Dude, it's my goodness, contagious. Is it ever? Yes. But it's little things like that we don't know. But then when you hear about these little things, you're putting the pieces together to this puzzle. And then it goes back to Uri Slafkovsky doing drill practices either before regular practice or after with Dr. Shot. And look at it. The proof is in the pudding.
Shooting next to garbage cans and shit.
Dude, and what's he doing? Dude, he's shooting fucking from the boards. He's scoring from the boards. He's like
Fucking love it.
But that's what it is, and that's what Marty keeps telling people. And there's a lot of people that need to understand. A lot of people get it, and they're trusting the process. The others that don't quite see it yet, you have to understand that Marty's not there because he has the answers. Marty's there to help these kids figure it out. The answers. He doesn't have the answers. Mm-hmm. This actually Eric Engels said this. Eric Engels from Sportsnet said this on the SIG podcast. He goes, Marty St. Louis, he's not there saying I have the answers, but I'm going to help you find them. That's the coach Marty is. And Marty,
he was also like that as a player. He wasn't always
totally.
He wasn't drafted. Dude, he wasn't the most naturally gifted player, but he found ways to win. So
yeah,
he's bringing that concept to his coaching, his work ethic, and with his team he's building. So it's fucking fantastic. It's fantastic. And engage everyone. Let's go from the fucking janitor all the way till the fucking the GM and the president.
Like all dude, the same. I don't buy this shit that Marty doesn't like Arbor Jacki, blah 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 blah. Like
who the hell said that?
Dude, there's a lot of people that thought that. It's I don't buy that bullshit whatsoever. It's 2 games in a row that Jacki scores. It's 3-4 games in a row now that he puts him in the lineup.
And like, notice his ice time.
Dude,
Arbor Jacki, a player that is not being liked by his coach. Come on,
totally. Like dude, Arbor Jacki, I love the guy. We all love him for the obvious reasons. He's a very good defenseman, but he's where he's supposed to be, a third pairing defenseman on this team.
But and he has developing, right, Sammy?
Exactly. He has
he's not like
even the thing with Arbor Jacki.
But even Gouli hasn't been playing that well. But like, am I going to say he's shit? No. He's fucking learning, dude. He's 20, exactly. He's 21, 20, like he's a kid, dude.
Both these guys finally cracked the 82 game mark. Like they're still rookies in comparisons to other younger players out there.
For sure.
Because of the injuries. Like Arbor Jacki has holes in his game, but Marty's gonna help him figure it out. That's what it comes down to. There's like people need to realize that like these players are still so young in their careers. Like back to Uri Slafkovsky, like he's only 19. He's only 19. I can't believe it. He's only 19 and look what he's doing. And that's the Marty effect.
He's still a minor in Ontario.
Dude, he still can't drink in the States.
The 19 or 21 in Ontario. Okay, yeah, okay. So in the States, he's still a minor.
Yeah, he's
in Ontario. It's 19, I think. It's not 18.
What the legal drinking age?
Correct. Gambling, drinking, and all that shit.
Well, he can't do that in the States. So, but
in the States, especially, no, it's 21 there. But here it's 18. But like, I don't know if Ontario. Like, I'm just saying, he's a kid, dude. He's a fucking kid, dude. And he doesn't act like a kid. If you look at the way, like
he's mature.
Before,
he's mature.
Ethic,
he has to be. He has to be
very mature, and that's what I find with Europeans too. Like, that's also another reason why I think they drafted him. Yes, he's young and all, but like his character is not like a Shane Wright, like
I really
you know what I mean. I don't see the same mental strength in that player versus a Slav. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying Shane Wright's bad.
Well, can you imagine?
There's why he's where he is, and
the mentality and the mental strengths. Can you imagine what it's like for a 17, 18-year-old kid to have the pressure of your entire country on your shoulders?
Yeah.
Like,
It's not many fucking players who are born from that area. Yeah, there's not many though. So if he makes it in the NHL with the Habs, he's gonna be like a national treasure, dude. Especially if he's successful.
Dude, Slafkovsky right now for Slovakia, like he represents almost the future of what Slovakian hockey will look like.
Even before he was drafted, I remember reading a lot of stuff about this kid being the next, face of the country, right? So,
dude, absolutely,
he's well on his way, dude. He's fucking well on his way. I know.
Like, I understand you can't compare the size of Canada versus Slovakia, but I don't think Shane Wright would be able to handle the pressure.
Has never been a shitty fucking country in hockey.
Dude, they
were strong, man.
They're getting better.
Come on.
Yeah.
Who else?
Miroslav. I think Miroslav Shatan. Satan.
Miroslav Shatan. Oh, he was,
yeah, dude.
There were a few players in the 90s, man, and 2000s.
If if Uri Slafkovsky could be like I'm glad you mentioned his name, Marian Hossa, because many times I'm thinking Mikko Rantanen.
He has over 1,000 points, Hossa, no?
If Uri Slafkovsky could be Marian Hossa type of player, I'm not saying he will, but if he could, oh my goodness, like how genius are Hughes and Gorton gonna look? I mean, they're kind of looking like it nowish. I'm not getting ahead of. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Like,
I don't think he's gonna do like 40 goals, but like I could see a consistent 25 to 30 goal scorer.
If he finishes the season with 15 goals this year, that to me is a success.
I said that earlier. I'll be happy with 15 goals this year. I said it in one of the first.
And it might not be a stretch where he could finish the season with 20 goals.
Dude,
it might not be. He's only 8 away.
Suzuki's not going to score 30, but he's not far away from that. So, like, it's very possible, dude.
And I'm so happy. I want to talk about Suzuki for a little bit. The first player on the team to reach 20 goals, and Caufield's 1 goal away. I think Caufield's at 19 goals.
1 goal, yeah.
Is it just me, or ever since the Sean Monahan trade, Suzuki's just like, all right, boys, like, grab on. Grab on my shoulders.
He took the next year, you know.
He really did. He really did. Like he's playing like a number 1 centerman. Maybe not like to the extent of an obvious Matthews McDavid level.
But Matthews McDavid, that's next level. Like that's
Suzuki looks like he looks like Patrice Bergeron out there. He really fucking does, man. Is anybody out there really going to be disappointed? Is anybody out there going to be disappointed if Suzuki turns out to be another Patrice Bergeron type of player, or another Ryan O'Reilly type of centerman?
For $8 million a year for the majority of his prime, come on, where are you going to fucking get that contract?
Unbelievable. That like Molson might laugh his way to the bank because of that, but
100% he's laughing. And thank you, bald-headed fucking Kent Hughes. Wait, no, it wasn't Kent Hughes. It was Bergevin.
Oh my God, you're right.
Last year, the Bergevin, he signed them for.
You're right. That might be Bergevin's
Caufield. He did the same type of contract.
Exactly, yes.
But yeah,
you're totally right.
It was Bergevin,
Marc Bergevin, with all the heat he's getting right now because he didn't want to let Guy Lafleur and Jean Béliveau into the backstage areas. Listen, Marc Bergevin made at least Nick Suzuki contract was the best contract Marc Bergevin ever signed.
Yeah, that was.
We're gonna end it on that with the Bergevin talk. But back to Nick Suzuki, yeah. But back to Nick Suzuki, dude. Like he's got 16 points in 12 games. He was third star of the week last week.
Consistent.
I'm just saying, man. But that's he's just got to do that all year long. But do you really think the questions that Hughes was asked, maybe like before the mid-season press conference, that analysts and reporters were being like, well, the Canadiens don't have that point a game player. Like, how can you really contend? Blah, blah, blah. Somewhere along those lines. Like, you really think that didn't touch Suzuki a little? Not touch him, but like hit him a little bit.
It sparked the fire in his ass.
You think? Yeah, I think so. I think he might have. I wouldn't blame him if he took that personal. Well, no, it's not that the journalists are bad, but like at the end of the day, it kind of is a legit question.
But that's not true. Like, if the team was healthier, I doubt it. I don't know, man. If the team had their Dach and Newhook and consistent players, look, I think we would have seen maybe a little more players being in that sort of range. Maybe Caufield might be a little more. He would be in the mid-20s. I don't know. I don't believe that we don't have a consistent player that the medias are saying. Like, Suzuki's always been consistent in my opinion. Even when he doesn't score, it's not as if he's having a bad game.
That's true too. It's like, oh my God, but that's
it's not as if he's terrible.
How many times have we said this season? Yeah, Suzuki had a really bad game tonight.
No, I can't remember.
Neither can I. And lately, like, I don't remember the last time Slafkovsky had a bad game. I don't remember the last time.
Like, Granted, yes,
Caufield had a bad
there's
game.
games where they miss a lot of opportunities, but that doesn't mean that they're having a bad game. And that's normal that you miss
Exactly.
opportunities. You're a young team. You need to miss opportunities sometimes to grow.
You know what we've been noticing lately is just like that's the only line that's consistently good. The rest of them,
Unfortunately,
like fuck, man. Like
Evans' line has been stepping up. I'm liking Evans lately, man. Like the last 10 games,
yeah,
I was like,
he's
okay,
playing. But
he's back to his old self.
well, he's getting a lot more responsibility. The kid can play, but fuck him and Josh Anderson, dude. My goodness,
I don't know what's wrong with Anderson, dude.
he's just. I think he's just snake bitten. There's no confidence. He lost. He's lost who he is in terms of what he brings to the game and
Come
on the
on,
ice.
Marty, your job now.
He's got it. But I kind of wonder if I don't know. I'm not gonna just go out there and be like, I wonder if it's because of Marty wants him to be a player that he's not. But
no, I don't think so.
It's like, dude.
No, because I heard a thing. I saw the interview today of Marty, and he briefly spoke about. I think he got asked this question by one of the journalists, saying, what's your take on Anderson? Blah blah blah. He replied something to the effect of like, look, he's aware of all of his attributes.
Yeah,
that Anderson has, right? So now he says something like, "It's my job to get him back to that level, so that he's comfortable to exploit all his attributes." So like, I think it's just a confidence thing, right? But like, I don't know if it's a confidence thing though. But that's the thing. I really think he's injured, man.
Well, I don't know if he's injured, but just actually, I'm just gonna interrupt this. I think something happened to Evans where I think he got hit from. He didn't get hit from behind. They were battling for the puck, and he ended up going head first. Yeah, and then Jack Guy is trying to go after Greenway now. Can rough them up a little bit.
Of course.
Evans, man, fuck, Jesus,
he's out or
no, he's on the bench right now, but like he looks winded a little bit.
He's got to watch his head, man.
Dude, especially him with his concussion history. No. But anyways, but back to Josh. It's because he only has a north-south game, and that's what he's got to do. Just carry the puck, keep your head down, go full speed. And dude, he can't puck handle. As soon as he tries to puck handle, forget it. Like the puck is off his stick. I'm sorry to say, but that's who he is. It's just there's times where like you just got to keep his head down, bring the puck in.
He reminds me of.
You could shoot it.
Rene Bourque.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
I guess he had a wicked shot, and you just have that skate. The skating.
He just
that's all he had. The second he was around the stick, the net, he couldn't fucking hold the puck. It's like
he turned on the superpower switch in playoffs. It was like, yeah, let me score a goal with 5 seconds in. Yeah. Let me score 2. Here, I'll get a hat trick. Here, how about that?
Some players are playoff players. It is what it is,
dude. Some players are playoff players, and I still think Josh Anderson is a playoff player.
Yeah.
But dude, this season it's just I
would you trade him? Would you trade him to a team that's making the playoffs?
For what? Like, first of all, his contract sucks.
Yeah,
it's
we would have to assume at least half of it.
Yeah, and assume half for the next 2-3 seasons. Like,
a lot. I know.
It's I'm sure teams would want him, but like no team's going to want that contract.
3 years or 2? He has 3 years. You're right. No, he has 3 years.
I think where is it?
We're at 24, 5, 6. No, we have 3 years. Because it's already ending this year. Yeah, it's 3 years.
Yeah, he's got 3 years after this one.
Two after this.
Not just that too. Like I wonder if because he's 29. I thought he was younger.
No,
I wonder. I don't know if it's the age. It's the age.
When we got him, he was 27. Let's say
he's 26. Yeah, he was just like still in his prime ish.
Yeah,
but I feel bad for him, and
I really do hope he turns it around.
I like the kid. I do too, but I just get the feel like he's probably the one player on the team that just can't wait for this season to be over. So that's it is what
and I could tell that in his interviews.
This is what I want to say. Can you imagine if he was paired up with Kirby Dach? How do you think he would look?
It would be an interesting pairing.
Oh shit! Breaking news.
What do you think?
The Sabres tied it 1-1
Yeah.
with 15 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second period. What do I think I mean they're two big boys. They're like difficult to handle.
I think Kirby Dach's a little more. He has more hockey sense than Anderson.
1,000%. And
so I don't know how that would work.
I think Anderson, all he would have to do is put himself in the right spot. Dach would be able to find him.
That's the issue with north-south players, is that they're not normally in the right position. They're the ones who usually have to drive the puck. Whereas when a player has to be in the right position, he has to know how to play without the puck. And I don't think Anderson has that. But then again, I could be wrong.
I get what you're saying, but a lot of times too, it's like, okay, if Anderson brings in the puck and you have a guy like Kirby Dach or Alex Newhook with speed, picking up something loose, or like, Anderson forechecks, gives it to Dach or Newhook, like they could create something.
It could be dangerous.
It's
that sounds like a great not power play. Sorry,
that might be
playoff line, if you will. That could be a good playoff line.
I would really Anderson like to see that next year. You're not gonna. Marty cannot touch. Marty cannot touch Slafkovsky, Suzuki, and Caufield anymore, unless there's an injury to one of them. Like,
it's fucking weird.
Before that line is not getting touched anymore.
It's Slaf, dude. Before he was even in our
minds, in
our range, if you will. He said, look, I hear that Suzuki and Caufield are looking for a winger. I'm here. Like,
he manifests. He manifested.
What the fuck?
1,000%.
I don't get it. He definitely did manifest it. Yes.
Dude, I'm telling, like I saw him against Washington. Like, that line was the only. The game against Washington was weird, dude. It was a weird game. It was sloppy from both teams. Like, both teams couldn't fucking handle their passes. Like, they're causing turnovers in the neutral zone and all that.
In the skin, not in the skin, but live.
I did, dude. Old man Ovi, man, but he's still.
Do you notice? He's getting there.
Ovechkin has accomplished everything as an NHLer. Like, he won the cup.
I understand,
he's scoring.
Like, I'm saying you could see his age right nowadays. Like,
you could see his age, but he still has the shot.
I'm like, he could probably play another 5 years, but now I'm like, fuck.
He's still scoring. He's not that far behind from Gretzky now. He's catching up. But I think he's going to retire once his contract is over. If he gets the record or not, he's retired.
He has another 2 years. There's another 2 years.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. The
game against Washington. Yeah, it was a weird game against Washington. Like,
after
the
music was weird.
Dude, the vibe was weird. Like, they weren't into it. The crowd wasn't into it until the third period.
And it was a Saturday night, eh?
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was weird. And the only life that was coming into the building was the first line. Oh, Evans just missed a fucking. It was a 2-on-1. Anyways, I don't know. Like, Jake Allen, like, finally, like, he played a good game. It wasn't his fault. In all honesty, like, the defense couldn't clear the puck. They couldn't clear the garbage.
I'm gonna say, I can't stand him.
Yeah, go.
I can't stand him.
Come on, I like Jake Allen. Like, I think he's got to go. I really do, but I like Jake Allen.
Like, so too. I know, but they should have put Primo
after the the shutout was 2 games. No, they
I would have put Primo.
Yeah,
ride the lightning.
Montembeault was okay against.
Come on.
Yeah, Montembeault against the Rangers. That wasn't his best game. Like that. No. Like, Montembeault this year's been very good.
He let in a few squeakers.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, and it's crazy. Like, you lose 7-4, and some parts of your game were still pretty good. Like, the Canadiens.
Well, okay.
But
we had 4 bad minutes.
That fucked the game up.
Yeah, played 60 goddamn minutes. Jesus Christ.
No, like, but dude,
when
you're a young team and you play against a team like the Rangers, who are, like, full of stars and full of experience.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What's okay? It's a hypothetical question. What would you do right now to fix that issue of a team not being able to play their full 60 minutes? Do you replace
Dude,
certain
it's
players, or do you
well,
change either style of play or
they're living Zook.
concepts, if you would?
Zook management, they're living and dying with the style of rebuild they're doing is by putting a young team together and let them grow
Making the
and
mistakes
gain
and grow.
and grow and gain the experience together. Like
Yeah.
Anthony keeps
Yeah.
saying, like they're building that chemistry, building that camaraderie, that winning culture together. That how do you help with that? It's well, you got to have your veterans. You know, that's where the Savard comes in. That's where Matheson comes in. Up front, Tanner Pearson, as much as he's a veteran, like Tanner Pearson after this year, we're gonna forget about him. Anderson, Gallagher, they're still veterans. Dvorak is still a veteran. But you want to me, goal, Struble. All the goals coming back from the defenseman. All right, let's go.
I love Stroobs. The Stroobs.
Jaden Struble, man, the kid's a beauty. Let's go. 2-1.
Love him.
2-1. Yeah, Zook, like I was saying, you want to bring in those veterans that have winning experience, I think.
Well, that's the thing, though. Do you want to do it via players, or because look, my fear is this, okay? Because if you look at it, yes, you could say the team is young, which they are. However, they don't really have on the bench coaching experience. Like their D coach was never a coach in the NHL before.
Oh, Francis Bouillon?
Not Bouillon, Robida.
Robida. Well, he's coached a little bit.
Yeah, no, he did, but like he was never.
He was coached one of the assistant coaches with the Leafs at one point.
He was an assistant. Okay, I didn't know he was an assistant.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so then he has a bit of experience. But like I'm saying, apart from that, like who's that assistant coach there? I keep forgetting his name, man. Blonde dude. He's always next to Marty. Fuck, I forgot his name. Guy. I forget his name, man.
Yeah. I'll search. Me too. I'll search his name. Keep going. I'll search his name.
Like, I don't think it's only down to the players, man. I think it's also the coaching staff. And I'm not saying that they're bad, but I'm saying that could explain maybe why they have some collapses when they shouldn't have some collapses. And I think, like you said, they're going that route. They're learning all together. They're building something strong together, making mistakes, learning from the mistakes, of course. And
Trevor Letowski, there you go. Trevor Letowski. That's it. Yeah.
Trevor. They're learning from their mistakes, and I think that's going to make them even stronger than just slotting in a veteran coach. But it's going to be rough. It's going to be hard. As fan base, we need to be very patient, which we're not necessarily patient as a city.
We're not. No, not quite. And but then again, it's again half of the fan. I'd like to think half of the fan base knows what's going on and loves it and trusts. They do trust the process, and the other half isn't. They want to win right away. So it's the management is not stepping away from the plan here.
I hope not.
They're really not. Like
even knee-jerk reaction. It's fucking. It's flip the cards here or something. Like
dude, Joshua Roy, second assist.
Oh,
he's got 2 assists tonight. Yeah,
fantastic.
That's new hook. New hook wins the draw. He slots it back to Struble. Struble, a bit of patience, just throws it on net, man.
He's very good at face-offs. I find new hook. Like
he's getting there. Yeah, it's actually Joshua Roy's first multi-point game in the NHL.
Yeah,
so congrats to the kid, man. Hey, yeah. Just man, sometimes the simple game, just fucking throw it on net. Just throw it on net, Struble. Hey, 2 goals from the defenseman. But yeah, Zook, no, management is not going to step away from their plan, and like they're
Jeff Molson.
I want trades as much as the next Habs fan, but this management, they're not going to make trades just for the sake of making trades. And fuck, speaking of trades, like it's
however,
so soon.
If a Zegras comes to your door, you can't say no to that.
Of course, hold on a sec. Again, the Ducks aren't just going to give away Zegras like that. They're not going around to trade Zegras. Well, he's got to wait till his contract is up, or maybe ask for trades. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just in the box. Damn it. I'm just saying hypothetically, like, yeah, no, it's going to be a tough. It's going to be a tough situation.
I look forward to the trade deadline. I can't wait to see what the Canadiens do. But right now, the market is for the excuse me. Right now, the market is for a defenseman, not goalie.
Yeah. I know.
No, it's not goalie. Like the only goalie
we're gonna have fucking Allen until the end of the year. I think they're gonna probably load off a goalie in the summer.
I think those trades come if Kent Hughes doesn't trade. Look, throw the names out there: Jake Allen or David Savard. I think it's going to be before the trade deadline. Man. Oh, me too. I'm not saying to trade him. I'm just saying like these are the names that keep circulating. But apparently, he was supposed to go to Colorado, Jake Allen, but the deal dropped. The deal fell through.
Wow. Well,
so it might.
Is there any interest of Savard though?
I think there's a couple of teams that wouldn't mind using Savard as a third pairing defenseman in the playoffs.
And what's the ask?
Buffalo just tied it 2-2 on the power play. Who else? Jeff Skinner. Yeah, no shit, Jeff Skinner. Jesus Christ, unbelievable, dude. He loves playing at the Bell Center. Jeff Skinner, man, unreal. Unfucking real. It's got to be what point number 100 at the Bell Center?
Yeah, it's a lot of points. Yeah.
It's insane. Insane. My goodness.
Yeah.
Dude, for Savard, I think you could fetch a first-round pick. Just because what he brings as a defenseman.
Let's go.
So I don't know, man. Jake Allen, I don't think if you're lucky you could get a second-round pick. If you're lucky. The only starting goaltender that's on the market right now is Markstrom. And then maybe UC Saros from Nashville. Some still think John Gibson from Anaheim might be on the market. If those goalies are on the market, dude, Jake Allen is not gonna fetch you a first-round pick. Number one. Number two,
no.
Every single general manager out there and scout knows who Jake Allen is. Like, you don't have to scout him to know him. Everybody knows his worth. And I'm sorry, his worth is not a first-round pick. If he gets traded, he's going to get traded as a backup.
Yeah.
And that's it. He's not there to be a starter for the playoffs. He's there to back up the goalie in case.
He's good in the dressing room. Like,
he's very good. He's a good pro.
He's been in important games, in important tournaments. That helps.
Yep.
But yes, I don't think he's going to fetch a first round. Never in a million years, dude.
No, it's not going to happen. But we'll see. Look, we're going to start to wrap things up, bud. But the Laval Rocket are also in action tonight against the Hershey Bears, and Laval is winning 2-1 right now. Goals from Philip Mayette and also goals from Jared Davidson again. Wow. With assists from Elias Anderson and Justin Bear. Dude, Davidson he's lighting it up, man. The kid. I'm so happy. I like this kid. I know Anthony likes this kid.
How's Mayu doing?
Dude, I don't know if you know this, but I think Logan Mayu now leads all defensemen.
The last time I read the stat, he was like top 5 in all defense. And he's the youngest one. Was he the youngest one? I think he was tied with one of the youngest ones.
Actually, no, sorry. I take that. He leads all. Sorry, he leads all.
Colorado kid, eh?
No, sorry. Mayu leads all rookie defensemen. He's actually now tied with 34 with Olin Zellweger, but I think Zellweger
is that the guy from. He's in Colorado, or like he's for Colorado? Zellweger?
Negative. He's with the Ducks. So the Ducks got their defenseman after trading Jamie Drysdale. They might have an. Olin Zellweger. He's a very good defenseman. No, Mayu leads all rookie defensemen now.
Fantastic.
Or like I said,
come on,
it's great.
We cannot not be excited for this kid to come.
Mayu, sorry, like I totally agree.
Dude,
I totally agree.
More than Hudson, like in terms of hype, would you say that?
I think
immediate impact once you're in the Habs. Who would you choose right now? Hudson or Mayu?
I just want to interrupt one thing. Yeah. David Savard, is that David Savard? It looks like a right-handed defense. David Savard just made a sick back-checking play. He just stopped the breakaway almost. Slafkovsky delivered a big hit. Wow. Oh, what? Was it a penalty? Back to your question, Zook. In terms of hype, or in terms of impact right away?
Immediate impact, yeah.
Immediate impact, right? Like you said. Oh no, sorry, it wasn't Savard. It was Suzuki. Wow, what a back check by Suzuki! Unreal.
There's your Bergeron, bro.
Like I said, immediate impact. Well, I think Mayu has a bit of the professional experience edge.
Okay.
Or not edge. Sorry, upper hand.
Right.
Mayo obviously has the professional hockey upper hand on Hudson. But we're gonna see.
But Hudson has more of the speed and the flair and all that kind of crap, right?
Hudson definitely has more of the flair, but Mayu could deliver. Mayu could deliver a couple of like in between the legs. Deets,
you know what I just did right now? Like thinking of what's coming.
Jizz,
dude. Like, come on. I mean, fans, we're gonna have merch one of these days, and we're gonna have Jizz logo somewhere for certain players. I'm telling you, it's gonna be
on white.
It's
gonna be white on white hoodies. Anyways,
it's gonna be on white. Exactly.
Well, look, the thought of those two coming into the lineup.
Picture somewhere. I'm kidding.
Oh my goodness gracious! Well, look, the thought of Mayu, Hudson in the lineup.
Fantastic.
We're not even including. We might see Reinbacher in Laval real soon. No, real soon, dude. I think.
Okay, wait. I want to ask you this. I forgot to text you this before. There's no rules with European players going straight to AHL, age-wise.
He's under contract with the Canadiens.
There you go.
So they're letting look.
That's what has to be done, though.
Clawton is a disaster. Clawton is a disaster. That team's a disaster.
They're terrible. But I've been watching their stats lately. The team is shit, dude. He has not been playing shitty. Like, he's the only one skating. If you think about it, if you look at they show on YouTube like some clips of their games.
Dude, Bob Hartley is praising a lot about the Reinbacher and his work ethic.
I saw the kids Bob Hartley on RDS not too long ago. He's in Florida. Yeah, he's in his condo in Florida, and he talks about.
They're all in Florida. These fucking Quebecers. They're always in Florida. These rich Quebecers.
Who would want to be here, like in this fucking weather? But
I couldn't agree with you more. But he's praising Reinbacher's work ethic. The kid's learning every day. He's first on the ice, last off the ice. Training.
People are underrating his offensive abilities. Apparently, he has it. It's not. I think so. Like he's been showcasing it, but like they could see the tendencies, and when he develops those attributes in the NHL level, dude, he could be a solid fucking player. So I'm really curious to see him in the next 2 years. Really curious.
There's lots to be excited about. Like, dude, who knows what could happen with Laval? They might. Hopefully, I pray to God Laval makes the playoffs because that would be so great for the kids down there.
Yeah,
but maybe the Canadiens
the last few games.
I know, but look, right now so far. Like, let's just keep track of the score.
They're hovering there and abouts.
Hopefully they make it. I wouldn't mind seeing Mayu getting called up for a game. We're gonna see Lane Hudson sign with the Canadiens at the end of his college season. Reinbacher is gonna show up like
it's the end of this year, right? For Lane Hudson. Okay.
Yep. The pieces are all coming together, especially on defense. On forward after we're still gotta see a little bit, but. Listen, we got a first line. We have a first line. Now that Dach is skating, practicing, like I really hope management could find
regarding the forwards though, and the young guy. I'm slightly disappointed with Sean Farrell.
His injuries, man. Unfortunately,
I was expecting a lot more from that kid, man. Fuck.
Dude, no, trust me. I've seen him play. It's fucking smart. He's good for he's a pipsqueak compared to some of these players in the minors. Yeah. He's always injured. He's injured.
He's gonna be like fucking Jake Evans.
No, hope not, but he's such a smart player. But anyways, dude, that's pretty much it. I think we pretty much touched on all the topics for tonight. Look, a little recap. The Canadiens, they're still tied 2-2. Buffalo on the power play again. Another penalty. Slafkovsky just gets out of the box. Fucking gets another penalty right away. But looks like they might kill this one off. I hope right now. Here we go. Penalty over. So that's it. Yeah. Canadiens tied 2-2 with practically 5.5 minutes left against the Buffalo Sabres. Then after that, they head to, oh my God, they're playing Pittsburgh Thursday night, and then New Jersey Saturday at 2 p.m. That's going to be an afternoon game. Oh, that's good. That'll be great. Not at the Bell Center, in New Jersey. 3 games in 4 nights. It's a good test. It's a good test for this team.
Come on, put Primo next game.
Oh, it's definitely going to be one of those two for sure. I think they're going to put in either Allen or Primo in one of those, but we'll see.
Boys.
Anything else to add, bud, before we go?
We said it all, Bellamere.
We said it all. So to our audience, our viewers and listeners, thanks again for tuning to this episode of the Curfew Boys. Once again, if you are watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. It is free. Tell your friends about us. Go Habs Go. Please help us spread the love for this team, this rebuilding team. Audio episodes available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or any podcast platform out there. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You can follow us there. I still think we're on TikTok. I still think we're on, what's that other stupid Instagram app? Threads. I think we're still on there too. But yes, anytime, anywhere. It's always fun to join the conversation. You can leave us comments, rate us, review us, whatever you can do to help
make
us.
Fun of us.
Yeah, please just try not to. Make fun of Joey. Make fun of Joey. Making fun of Joey is welcome.
Let's do it. Come on, boys.
Zook, thanks for doing this tonight. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Yes.
And we'll catch you all on the flip side. Until then, bye now.
Good night.
Good night.